Good afternoon, it's Blaze again with Blaze Handcrafted Woodworks. I thought I'd show you guys a little tip. If you have to cut something and you have to just take like a 16th off of something, like, hang on, let me turn the camera around. So I cut the back of this cabinet and it's just a little bit too long. So instead of having to rip and cross cut a whole nother sheet, what you can do is, so the whole point is I don't need to take 1/8 of an inch off. If I put my fence all the way against my blade, the thickness of the blade is 1/8 of an inch. If I take a whole 1/8 of an inch off, it's gonna be too short. So this is a trick. So what I did is I clamped a board the length of my fence to it, and then I just push it up to it. Normally I lower the blade and then raise the blade into it, but since I already have, the blade is already obviously cut through it, I think I'll be okay just locking it down like that and starting it. All right, Mark, hold this if you don't mind. So I can get close to this. Okay, now just make sure it doesn't fly back at you. It should be okay. Okay, so now I can take off a 16th, which is what I need. I'm not taking off a whole 1/8 of an inch, which would make it too short. So anyway, I thought that might be useful for some of you. Okay, so just to give a clearer understanding of what's going on, we slide our back into these dados, so it's harder for them to come off. So anyway, I had just cut it just a little bit too long, but in order to cut it any shorter, my fence wouldn't go to that whole width. So basically, the piece on the other side of the blade was the piece we had to keep, and I just missed my measurement by like 1/8 of an inch or so. So by taking off, or I guess a 16th of an inch, because that's what I took off, and now it's fitting. But anyway, I just wanted to explain, it's just a little trick, so you don't have to take off a whole 1/8 of an inch, because then I feel like it would have been too loose, and I use my backs also to square my cabinet. So I hope that helps any of you out there. Actually, it was still a little too tight for my liking. It was buckling or bowing in the middle. So I'm gonna do the same process again real quick. So there's my setup. I'm not even gonna move my fence because it's only taken off probably a 16th. So I guess I needed a whole 1/8 off, which meant I could have put my fence right next to the blade. But the problem with that is you risk cutting into your fence, and I definitely don't want to do that. So I'm just using this little sacrificial piece of 5/8 inch, and I just clamped it and left enough room for my sheet to slide underneath the clamps. All right, here we go again. Okay, let's see if I got it right this time. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, we fixed it. Thanks for watching.